What's up, y'all? I'm Jimjumbo. I've been seeing a bunch of videos showing these wild blight strats, but honestly, I didn't have the gear or the PC to run these giga-juiced setups. I burned like 700 chaos trying to make these work, and I just kept failing. So I decided to mess around and try to come up with something a little bit more budget friendly. In this video, I'll show you how I'm making over 100 chaos profit per map while only spending 10C to run them. I'll go over the Atlas tree, the scarabs. I'll go over the full breakdown of the profit that I made, and then I'll run through an example map. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's start with the Atlas tree. For my Atlas tree, I'm basically just taking all of the map nodes on the tree. So you'll first come straight up the middle, and you'll grab this map node. You'll come over here, straight to shaping the mountains. Then over here to shaping the skies. And you'll go straight up to the middle and you'll grab the map node in the middle with bold undertaking. After that, I then go straight to the blight nodes here to get additional damage. This is important as the mobs can be quite tanky. Over here for the lucky chest, since we only get one chest, might as well make it lucky. Then we come all the way down here and we grab immune response. This will give us tons of extra mobs. And then we get the Templar Ingenuity where we salvage the towers and that's just free extra loot. We go over here, we grab all of the quant and the quant and rarity in the middle. Doesn't matter how you come into the middle, you can grab the essence, the harbinger, or the harvest stuff. It doesn't matter. We grab all of the map modifier effect, which is the hat on top. I grab Searing Exarch. You can grab Blue Guy if you want. I like Searing Exarch mobs. Uh, I grab these two map effect nodes up here. And then after that, everything else is optional. I took the thread stuff up here for additional thread maps because we're running thread maps, might as well get more thread maps. I also grabbed this scarab node here. I don't think it really does much. I don't get many scarabs. Scarabs, most of the scarabs aren't worth much anyway. And yeah, this is the tree. All right, now let's go over what you need to run the map. First and foremost, the map that we're going to be running is going to be a 16.5 or a 16 with the originator memory. I usually roll my maps for at least 50% more maps. You can also go for 100% or even 150% if you want to. After that, we're going to go straight down here. We're going to be selecting Blight as we don't have a guaranteed Blight encounter. Then we're going to be going through the Scarabs. We're going to start off with Monstrous Lineage. We're going to be running two of these. This is going to increase how many magic packs we're going to get, which is, how many blue mobs we get, which is the majority of what Blight is. So it's just more loot. Then we have Blightheart. Blightheart is going to increase how many waves spawn on your Blight. This will range anywhere from one additional wave to sometimes even 10. And those will be the extremely juicy maps. Then we have the Cartography Scarab of Escalation. This just increases how many maps will drop in your map. This pairs perfectly with our Influencing Scarab of Conversion, which will turn those maps into Shaper, Elder, Conqueror, or Synthesis maps based on whatever it rolls at the beginning of your map. And these are actually ordered in the price of, how valuable they are. Synth being the most expensive, Conqueror being less expensive than Elder, and then Shaper. After that, the only thing that you really should have to make this easier is you should use this Anoint. It's an opalescent and a silver oil, and it gives your chilling towers freeze enemies for 0.2 seconds while they are affected by the chilling beam. All this does is anything that it's chilling with its beam will just be permanently stunned. It will never move. The only time they get past your chilling towers in this thing or in this setup is if too many mobs build up, the chilling tower will start switching targets and they'll start going through. So really what you want to be doing in a blight is just making sure that you're keeping the numbers of mobs down. Killing the rares or even the tankier mobs isn't necessarily mandatory. That can be done slower. And yeah, that's it for your map and you're ready to run. After seeing the strat, you're probably wondering to yourself, how much money do you actually make? Well, here I make a spreadsheet that'll be linked in the description of how much I'm actually making. Here on the left, you'll see how many uh, maps I ran per set. And then in the next couple tabs, you'll see how many of each type of map I was dropping. Here you'll see how many divines and the misc items that I dropped, which didn't drop much of it. Then in the last over here, you'll see how much I'm making per set, and then here how much I'm making per map. And then you'll go over here and you'll see the price of like different things that it's calculating based off of. So like T17s, I'm selling them for 50C. Conqueror maps, I'm selling for 22. Synthesis maps, I sell for 30, etc., etc. And then over here, you'll see the cost of things. Costs change. Maybe cartography scarabs go way up and they're 2C each. Maybe monstrous lineage gets cheaper. Who knows? But here you'll be able to put in your own things and calculate your own profits or change my profits based off of like what's changed. So yeah, that's the budget setup I'm doing. It's cheap, easy, and lots of fun. If you have any questions or if you find some cool tech, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for improvements and I'm always happy to help. If y'all find this helpful, feel free to drop a like or sub. I'll be posting new strats in the days to come. Let me know if you want to see anything specific or if you've got something cool you want me to try. Thanks for watching, and I'll just leave you with this example map I ran. All right, y'all. We're now going to go through an example map. We're going to be running this map here. I'm going to take off my Mage Blood. That way it shows that you can run it on a lower budget. We got the scarabs, we got the map. Let's go. I'm going to be talking through like my thought process and like how I do the maps. I try to go for smaller maps like this, like Mesa, and I bum rush the boss, so we'll go straight to the boss here. We do that so that the altars will not have the boss mods in the options, so that we can look for that extra quant or extra maps. So here we got a little bit of extra quant, and then we'll just full clear the map real quick, and then we'll go into our Blight. These 16.5s can be a little bit scary, so you'll definitely want to roll or eliminate certain mods that your build can't run. There's no point to make it rippier than it needs to be. Ooh, I am quite squishy. Nice, we got a park. So the 16.5 return. Let's go. Looks like we've got synth map. That's huge. It's already 30 chaos right there. And I don't really use the pedal abilities. I don't find them particularly good for this strategy. No Mage Blood, unfortunate. That's majority of the map. So then we'll start our Blight encounter. So the first thing I'm thinking when a Blight encounter starts is how many lanes we got. So 5. 5 is a pretty average lane count. And we'll go straight over to where it is, and we'll place down an ice tower where it would catch both lanes. So here, it'll catch both of these lanes. We'll upgrade it to max, and then we'll drop an empowering tower so that it does more damage, or it can hit more people. Immediately after that, we want to drop one of our damage towers. I usually go for fire, and I go straight for meteors. Quickly, as more lanes spawn, we'll notice that these are spawning behind our freeze tower. So we'll want a new ice tower, probably here is fine. And we'll want another damage tower, which I use the minions into scout towers. They have decent range, and they'll kind of just cull the enemies. We'll give it an empowering tower, so it does more damage. So as this is going, we kind of just drop in more and more damage towers. Over here, we can drop an arc. We kind of you just kill the mobs as they spawn. You'll see I'm really not doing a whole lot. I'm just kind of walking around as my minions kill stuff. Let's drop another lightning tower. Ooh. A lot squishier without the mage blood. And you'll see they're kind of just killing everything. Let's see. You'll see I'm literally not even attacking things, and it's holding the boss indefinitely right here. Cool. And then we'll get our loot. This was a pretty low amount of loot, but it's still, we're still well into the profit. Grab our Blight Cyst, get some more currency, get a couple more maps. Then be sure you're looting each of your salvage towers, as each one can and they will drop maps. Plus the additional gold doesn't hurt. There we go. So from that map we made, well, we got our two 16.5s back. We got a Shaper map, we got two Synthesis maps, and then we got a T17. Cool. Thanks for watching.